Hello and welcome to another video in my C# Basics series. So as always, please go ahead and follow me on GitHub and visit my website and email me if you have any questions. So in this video, we are going a little bit into some of the facilities available in the string library for the purpose of formatting. Now, string formatting is a very in-depth topic in its own right. And you could spend weeks, months, you can become like a string expert and possibly get a lot of money and jobs for that alone. But we are going to look at some basic string formatting, which we will end up using in my upcoming demo project discussion and upcoming set of tutorials. So let's get to it. Now, we've already been doing some string manipulation throughout the tutorials. And every time you do console.writeLine, you are obviously trying to use strings in output and so on and so forth. So that is always there. So what specific scenarios are we talking about here? What specific examples? So let's get into it. So this is going to be formatting alphanumeric. Now alphanumeric means obviously strings, and let's get to it. Okay, create. I have my notes here as always. So what I'm trying to do is, now let's say you have two strings. Let's say I can do something like var Batman string first part is equal to I am. Okay, and then here I'm going to say var Batman underscore string underscore second part. Okay, and here I'm going to say Batman. Okay, so now I have two strings here, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to combine them, show them together. I want to show I am Batman like in the movies. So I could do something like console.writeLine, and I have this basic structure. Now console.writeLine takes a different kind of parameters, and here I want to use this way. I want to do like another way of showing something, and here we go, and here I'm going to say Batman string first part comma Batman string second part, and voila. Now if I look at this output, I am getting I am Batman, right? I am getting that. So what is happening here? So I have the first string here, I have the second string here, I put them into variables, and then what I do is the 0 stands for the first parameter here, and 1 stands for the second parameter here, and whatever space I gave in the middle, that also is included in the output, and there you go. So that is one really nice way of formatting your string. Now I wonder, now this is very useful in console.writeLine, because if you want to do it another way, you could do something like this. You could do something like Batman string first part plus space and Batman string second part as well. So if both of them will give the same output. So you could do that as well. So ultimately it comes down to your advantage, what you feel is more comfortable. I found that this way of doing it with zeros and one is useful when you are building a really complex string, and where using the plus symbol might become cumbersome, and it might even get things very confusing. And of course, with the plus symbol, if something changes like the order of the variables, then it really becomes difficult to move them around, in which case this way of doing things can be very, very profitable in the long run. So it's either way, use the one which you are more comfortable. Like I always use this one, because for me, when I'm working on a project, I don't code unless I already know what I am doing. So I don't randomly do things. I like to plan out what I'm doing. So for me, this always seems to work. But when there is a lot of variance, like when there's a lot of changeables coming in the future, then this one makes more sense. Either way, pick the one that makes more sense to you. Let's keep going. So another thing that you want to do is you can also use the dollar symbol. So let's try to do that. So console.writeLine. Okay, and here I want to say the dollar symbol and then double quotes. And there what I can do is I can say, and here I'm going to say, there you go. So if you don't want to play around with those variable numbers, you can directly put the value inside. Not a problem. There you go. You get the exact same output. So that's another way of doing it. So there are many ways, like ultimately, this is just the evolution of a programming language. So as the decades go by, the years go by, the people behind .NET, they come up with more ways of doing it, and you ultimately use the one that makes sense to you. So let's try another one. Like okay, this one I really need to look at what is happening here. So let's say I want to show like let's see, hold on. Mhm. Okay, I'm just making sure, is that all I want to show in this one? Is there something else I want to do, string formatting and stuff like that? Let's see. In my example code, there are a lot of things. I'm just trying to see which one will be useful for my. I think this part is fine. Is there anything extra that I need to do? No, I think that's all I wanted to show. Yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to say. This was a quick chapter. I don't even know if I should upload this on the tutorial, but anyway, I'll keep it open. So there you go, folks. There are multiple ways you can show output in the console.write line. I do feel like there was something else. Yeah, so many ways. Even here in the PPT, I didn't. Yeah, there you go. So that's all I want to show in this video. But again, string formatting is a complex topic, and in the example code that I put in the description, there are a lot more examples. It's actually a very big file with so many different formatting methods. So I'm gonna let you discover that on your own. But for the purpose of my next set of tutorials, if you know this much, that is more than enough. And also, as I mentioned, I always use this option. That is good enough for my API development. But yes, there are more things. There are more examples in the example code, and of course online also it's available. So that's all there is to it in this one, and let's keep moving from this. I'll see you in the next one.